Welcome to ECNTRADE daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, the overnight, the Australian dollar took another challenge at the 75, 25, 35 level and found again difficulty in penetrating the market higher. After posting a long-legged doji, the market has actually nearly posted an outside range day, which would have been, in terms if completed, further confirmation to the top side rejection. However, reading the last two candles, the market is destined to maybe test lower now, looking towards 74.30 and reassess from there. With the MACD slightly buckled, keep an eye on these two indicators because if we do see further weakness, then under 74.30 could see a further tumble down towards the 73.5 region. Nevertheless, with the top side two rejections, is a sign that the bears may be trying to take control again. And let's see if we see a further slide into today's price action. Looking at the euro, well, first of all, the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of six major currencies, rose further overnight to 99.10. This puts further pressure on the euro. Still looking to the downside, didn't quite break that level that we were looking or reach. That is at 109.30.40 area, but did reach there of 109.44 overnight. In light of the pattern, though, it's still quite negative. And if we do see a break of 109.30, then that would give further indication to a move to 107.50, 80 area. Also this week, the market will be on its guard to the fact that if the dollar does rise further, could be ignited by a slightly better jobs numbers from the US. Still, in light of the pattern though, the market is relatively weak and therefore, first of all, look towards 109.30 and reassess from there for euro. A strong rejection from that high 124 overnight has put dollar yen in a little bit of a mixed pattern here. After testing that level, refreshing the 5-year highs, the market has backed down, but not quite broken down from a technical. Still, we are overbought, and the ADX is overheated. So I'm still keeping an eye on whether or not the market can break through this 122.30.40 area. If so, then looks back towards 120.80. Sterling was weaker overnight, and quite to some disappointment, it's actually now looking possibly back towards the bottom side of this range here, which comes in roughly around 130. In light of the pattern, we can see that the rebound, first of all, took the challenge to 133, rejected, and ever since then the market has not been able to recover. I feel the market, though, I'm not going to get too negative as we get closer to the bottom side of this range because we could see a rise from there back towards the top side, 133. In light of this pattern for sterling Kiwi, the market is still holding above the level of 188.5. Keep an eye on this technical. It still remains relatively firm in light of the actual pattern. I feel the market can break above, that is, a 190 figure and probably head to 192 as a potential target. Another weak night for gold and therefore looks further to the downside, I believe, as the market is breaking down and therefore looking towards 1,900 as a potential target. In light of the rejection from around that 1,948.54 area, I feel that the recent price action has struggled and has given us some indication that the bears are attempting to recapture the sentiment. Finishing up with oil, well, the market reached its downside target of 103 and bounced. Nevertheless, still remains heavy. I am looking for another challenge at this level. Now, do take note that the RSI is heavy and the MACD has near enough married up towards a negative picture, and a close under 103 would give further indication of a possible drop back to 92.5 as a target. Well, that wraps it for the morning. Thank you very much for joining me, but please keep an eye out for the intraday report and also the end of the day wrap.